Well, since we're already on the subject of La La Land, let's turn to the celebrity news. The Native American tribe, whose ancestral land includes Billie Eilish's Los Angeles mansion, had something to say this week about her virtue signaling at the Grammys, where the singer declared, quote, "No one is illegal on stolen land." Now, before we get into what the tribe had to say in response to Ms. Eilish's remarks, I just want to point out how that so-called logic rebounds if you actually live by it. If no one is illegal, as in no one can invade land that has already been stolen from someone else, then by that same logic, the Europeans did not invade this land because it was stolen. And no one can invade stolen land, according to Ms. Eilish. The distinct and entirely separate tribes of Native Americans that lived here regularly went to war with each other, and in the course of those wars, they stole each other's land, making the land that they lived on stolen. They stole it from other Native American tribes. And if stolen land cannot be invaded because everyone has a right to it, based on the fact that it was stolen at one point in history, then Ms. Eilish just unintentionally justified colonization. Congrats. Welcome to irony. Now, I want to be very clear. Those are not my beliefs. I do not share her beliefs. I believe that whatever happened on a piece of land in the remote past has nothing to do with its current immigration policies, nor does it determine whether that country has a right to vet the people that come into it or not. I do not believe that simply because every piece of land on this planet has been invaded and stolen by somebody at some point, that means that none of us are ever allowed to stem any invasion ever again. But Miss Eilish does, or at least she claims to. I do not share that position because such a stand is both ridiculous and entirely impractical. I am merely pointing out that if you are going to claim that you hold certain beliefs, then you cannot cherry-pick where you apply them. If your beliefs are true and legitimate, then they have to be applied consistently, even when it backfires on you personally and your preferred causes. And if Miss Eilish had the integrity to do that and apply her beliefs consistently, then she would realize that she has just publicly justified colonization. Not me, her. As I said, I do not share her beliefs. But let's circle back around to the tribal response to her remarks, because they also made a very good point. A spokesperson for the Tongva tribe told the Daily Mail, "As the first people of the greater Los Angeles basin, we do understand that her home is situated on our ancestral land." They also noted that the singer had not yet reached out regarding their ownership rights, as acknowledged by her, to her stolen $3 million mansion in Hollywood Hills, saying, "Eilish has not contacted our tribe directly regarding her property. We do value the instance when public figures provide visibility to the true history of this country. It is our hope that in future discussions the tribe can explicitly be referenced to ensure the public understands that the greater Los Angeles basin remains Gabrielino Tongva territory." The 24-year-old singer has been roundly mocked and rightly called a hypocrite ever since spouting off her leftist talking points during the awards show on Sunday night when she said, quote, "As grateful as I feel, I honestly don't feel the need to say anything but that no one is illegal on stolen land. F ICE is what I want to say." Her fellow celebrities who cheered her throughout the crowd have also not forked over the keys to their gated communities to the people that they claim to acknowledge as the rightful owners, so that their actions would actually align with what they say are their devoutly held beliefs. This hypocrisy prompted quite a bit of response online. One person posted, "You cannot simultaneously believe that 1, all borders are fake and should not be policed, and 2, that land can be stolen. This is one of the most brain-dead beliefs a person can hold." Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis commented, "Oh gee, this stolen land nonsense again. Maybe she should step up and forfeit her Southern California mansion since it's supposedly on stolen land." Given her age of 24, someone whose brain is not even done developing, should everyone just let her hypocrisy slide without pointing out its myriad of flaws? Well, this is not the first time that Ms. Eilish has voiced opinions that got her mocked, and apparently she doesn't have the brain power required yet to learn from repeated experiences, but here's hoping that that changes in the next 2 years. Going back as recently as November, the singer called Elon Musk and I quote, "effing pathetic pussy bitch coward" for not giving away more of his money to her preferred causes, saying at the time, "If you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? No hate." Oh, clearly, yes, I always use effing pathetic pussy bitch coward to refer to my friends. But yeah, give your money away, shorties. It goes without saying that Miss Eilish is, of course, destitute right now from taking her own advice, and every single dime of her ticket sales goes to charity. The multi-million-dollar mansion that she lives in was left to her by the fairies, as were the designer clothes, the expensive jewelry, the luxury cars, and the private jet travel, which, even as donations from the elfin kind, could still be donated, I would point out. The definition of integrity is when your actions actually align with the beliefs and principles that you claim to hold. Anything short of that is an entirely empty mirage that is known today as virtue signaling. And virtue signaling is a quality that, unlike integrity, is not admirable. It is, in fact, pure hypocrisy, which is the exact opposite of integrity. One is actually a virtue. The other is truly a vice. Learn the difference, Ms. Eilish, if you want to earn any respect in this world.